The new Aaron Rodgers contract, whenever it is signed, will help create the cap space to absorb a $20.145 million cap number for Davante Adams.
Yeah.
Now, they could turn that $20.145 million franchise tag into a long-term deal that would reduce the cap number for 2022. But this is why the Rodgers structure is so important. This is why it's critical to look inside the nooks and crannies of that deal once it's signed to see how long he's really committed to the team. Is it a 2-year thing? Are they dummy salaries on the back end to pump up the average?
Right.
We won't know until we see it. But from Adam's standpoint, it's particularly germane because he needs to know how much longer Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. Because if you're Adams, yeah, maybe we set it up so maybe I just go tag this year, tag next year, and become a free agent in 2024 because that third tag isn't going to be applied. That may be what he does. He does not have to sign a long-term contract. Obviously, he can just say to the Packers, "I'll sign the tender and I'll make my $20.145 million." And if you want to tag me next year, you can give me a 20% raise. He'll be making more than $24 million next year, and then I can hit the open market after that. Now, he's already got how many years in? He's got like 8 years in.
Yeah, this is his third contract, right?
He's not in a position to go get a huge contract 2 more years from now. But once he knows what Rodgers is doing, once he knows what that structure looks like, once he knows what that contract really means, then he can make an informed decision about whether he wants a long-term deal or whether he wants to go 2 tags and hit the road to a team that, has an Aaron Rodgers who's looking for a receiver that can help him and that team get to where they're trying to go.
I'm sure he's got a good feel now. I'm sure he knows already what the contract is. I'm sure he's talked to Rodgers and got a feel for how long he'll be there.
But I haven't signed it.
No.
Davante, don't tell anyone I signed it. I haven't signed it. It's not signed. It's immunized.
But these are 2 peas in a pod. I mean, of course, I don't think Rodgers is going to come back unless he feels like Davante Adams will be back either. And really, yeah, I agree. I don't know if Davante Adams signs a long-term deal unless he knows Rodgers is going to be back for a few years. I think that's certainly dicey. But, yeah, where it goes from here, I don't know. Yeah, I would expect Davante Adams to sign something. We saw Mike Williams of the Chargers yesterday sign a 3-year, $60 million deal. I got to think that Davante Adams is going to look for something a little more expensive than that, but in that range of going, 3-4 years, with an average of paying me $22, $23 million a year, that's what he's probably going to look like. And I would think that, of course, the Packers want to get that done because we know they still got issues with their team and, they got to keep some players, and you'd hope that they could add some players to help the team out too before they get into 2022 season here.
I have no idea whether the Chargers told Mike Williams that our offer goes down if we have to actually tag you. But as I said yesterday, make them tag you. You got until July 15 to do the long-term deal. Make them apply the franchise tag. Always make them apply the tag. There's no reason, unless you're in a position where there's 2 guys that the team wants to keep, and they're going to sign one and tag the other, and you have extra leverage by being the one who signs, and you get more money so they don't have to tag you and they can tag the other guy. Always force them to use the tag. That surprised me, and I can't imagine the Chargers gave him a better deal just because they didn't have to use the tag. And that applies to Davante Adams 4 years ago, too. Should have made them use the tag because this would be tag number 2, and he'd be 1 year away from unrestricted free agency. But always, the tag's not good, but don't use the possibility. Don't allow yourself to have the possibility of being tagged as some sort of trigger to do the contract. That's my point. Make them use the tag. The tag is part of their leverage anyway. Make them use it because it's better for you long term if they use it.
I hear you there. Listen, I don't think every guy's into totally maximizing and scorching the team either, though. Mike Williams probably looks at it and goes, okay, maybe he could have played the dance that you're talking about and squeezed out another $2 million a year.
It's not a matter of squeezing. It's a matter of pushing back against an unfair system that keeps guys who have earned their shot at the free market from getting there. And this is a way to push back on it. And my point is, they're going to give you the contract anyway. Get that box checked. I've been tagged once. So if I get tagged again 4 years from now, I know I'm 1 year away from going to the open market. I can always choose to come back to the Chargers. I can choose to take a lesser deal. But I should be able to go to the open market and see what's out there and let the market determine what my value is.
All I'm saying is some people don't care about that. He just wants the security, and he's not Mike Florio worried about squeezing the cow drain of every ounce of milk they got.
It's not about – Chris – It's not about squeezing. It's about pushing back against the system that keeps you.
Great, Mike. Nobody cares. I know what your
tag,
point is. He doesn't want to push back. He doesn't care. He's happy where he is. And he said, wait, I'm with Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen and $20 million a year.
But he can still be with Justin Herbert.
Okay.
All I'm saying is force them to use the tag. Force them to use the tag. Because maybe at some point you get to the open market and you see what else is out there. I mean, I think people should have maximum options and maximum opportunities. The franchise tag is a bad thing for players. The franchise tag keeps players from exploring their options. And yeah, hey, but and you can say, fine, he's perfectly happy with the Chargers. Perfectly fine. Everything's fine. But you know what? The minute they decide they want someone else, they're kicking his ass out the door. So it's not a two-way street. So players shouldn't act like it is. And players shouldn't believe it is. And I think you always need to be thinking about maximizing your options, even if you choose to take less to stay where you are. Because the bottom line is, the minute it's in their best interest to tell you to pack up your crap and leave, they're going to.
I know. I don't disagree with you. I know. I hear what you're saying. I get you. I do. Yes, I just, you know my thoughts. I made them clear. That's all I have to say about it.
I know. Well, I know, but I guess, and the reason that I want to grapple with you a little bit on this is this idea that we wave around like it's something admirable to be, oh, he's not selfish, he's not this, he's not that. That hurts players who are trying to, that's the crap they hear from fans. I'm trying to rewire the fans' think about players and how they should get paid. I don't think it's necessarily some badge of honor that you're willing to take less. It may be an indication of stupidity that you're willing to take less. The point is, I don't want the fact that some guy decides I'm going to take less to stay put to become some argument that's advanced against somebody who's trying to get more. That guy who's trying to get more should be supported. That guy who's trying to push back against the machine is doing the right thing because the machine's screwing all of them. That's my point.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, I'm all for that too, and I understand the machine screwing all. I'm just saying that all players aren't wired that way to always look at it like that.
I know. I know. But my point is, if they're not wired that way, maybe there's something wrong with their wiring. That's my point.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.